I'm Kruno. Thanks for watching EPLAN Essentials. Have you recently thought about purchasing one or more machines to improve your shop floor production process? Equally as important as having the right machines is having a proper job management process. In today's video, I'm gonna talk about RiPanel Processing Center, an online job management software, and all what you need to know about. Alright, in today's tutorial, we'll talk about a couple of things. First, how to export data out of EPLAN Pro Panel for the RiPanel Processing Center. Second, where to find the RiPanel Processing Center. And third, how to create a new order in the RiPanel Processing Center. Okay, so I will create an example where, for instance, I would like to send the mounting panel from this project to the RiPanel Processing Center to be produced by the Perforex. For this, we will just simply select here under Show Only Mounting Panels, select this mounting panel and go under File, Export, Machining, and here we have the RiPanel Processing Center. One of the biggest advantages of the new RAS machines, which are communicating through the RiPanel Processing Center, is that you don't have to have a tedious setup of the machine in EPLAN Pro Panel. So all what you need to do is you're selecting this button, creating an AML file, and importing in them in RiPanel Processing Center Job Management. This saves you a lot of time. So we will click here on RiPanel Processing Center and only select the location where we would like to create this AML file. I will, for instance, use here Uncle Kruno MP AML. By pressing OK, the AML file will be exported. So as you see, it doesn't take long to create an export file out of EPLAN Pro Panel. In my case, I will overwrite the file because there was already one created. And after a couple of seconds, the export is finished. So that was already the first step. A big benefit of having RAS machines in future is that you're saving a lot of time in setting up the machines. Now, where can we find the RiPanel Processing Center? A big benefit also for the future usage of the RiPanel Processing Center is it's located in the cloud. So now you are exporting the data from EPLAN, putting the file in the cloud, and all of your machines can communicate with a central storage in the cloud. So that's a huge advantage for the managing your production orders. But let's take a look, where can we find it now? For this, we are going on eplan.com, and right below the EPLAN products, we can find the retail products, and there is the RiPanel Processing Center. With every machine from retail which you're purchasing, you're getting, I think, 5 licenses of RiPanel Processing Center to be accessed. And once you click the RiPanel Processing Center, this page will pop up. And here you can see the layouter and job management. Layouter is formerly known as the RiPanel software, where you can, in an online version, lay out your retail enclosures, place accessories, place cutouts, create out of this a BOM, and create Perforex orders. Today's video will focus about the job management. And as you can see right below this job management icon, there is the Perforex MP machine, the Perforex LC, and the Secarex AC machine. In future, we will also use for the retail WT machine the same AML export file, and it will be also managed in the job management software. So let's take a look what happens when we click in job management. After a couple of seconds, the job management will load, and we will see on the left side production orders, resource management, and customer management. Customer management is fairly simple. You are creating a list of all your customers. You need for every order to be assigned to an existing customer. So I'll just skip this for now. Resource management. Here you can find the overview of all of your RAS machines. Typically, during the setup of your RAS machine, the RAS expert is linking the HMI of the machine with your RiPanel Processing Center account. In our case, we have here one virtual machine, which we'll use for this example. And now let's take a look on production orders and how can we utilize the AML export from EPLAN Pro Panel. Under production orders, you see I have a couple of production orders previously created. I will now use here the new button to create a new order. Here you can easily select the order number, a description, and as I mentioned, you need to assign a customer to that order. You can also select the completion date until when this job needs to be completed. Right below, you see two data sources: import engineering data, which is the button which we will use, and import project from layouter, which I explained before is the second tool of the RiPanel Processing Center. So in our case, we will click on import engineering data, and here you see the AML file which I just created. The software will load the import engineering data and will tell you how many files were found. So we see here we have one layout space and one mounting panel was found. If you are importing a whole project, you will typically see here multiple surfaces, and all the surfaces which have a modification will have this icon here. Then you can select, would you like to import it or not? Here you see the dimensions of the component and if there is an offset. You can enter here the thickness and the material selected, or otherwise the operator on the machine can or has to define it. So I will just select here, for instance, 3 millimeters, and the material is steel. If I'm happy with that selection, I'm pressing here import to continue. Now you can say, how many orders would you like to create? Is it only one, or do you have to create a batch order? Here you can now increase the quantity if necessary. If you are happy with one, then you can save the order. And you have now to do one last step. Assign the order to a machine. So as I mentioned, in theory, you could have multiple machines. You could have multiple Perforex machines in the same location, or if you have multiple locations. So all what you need to do is this job, which is created, the single plate, in this case the mounting panel, should be sent to a machine. So I will select here this check mark, and you see the virtual machine USA is selected, and by send jobs, the job is created, and on the HMI interface of the Perforex machine, the operator can select it and run it. This was a simple overview of how to communicate between EPLAN Pro Panel and the RiPanel Processing Center. This wraps up today's EPLAN Essentials video. Do you already have a production order management process in place, or will you consider RiPanel Processing Center in the future? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you find this video beneficial, please make sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, and share it in your community. Until the next time, Uncle Kruno signed out.